Good Tuesday morning, you guys. Sitting in my car, you hear the rain, it's raining, and you know I love the rain. Sitting in my car, just looking at a story that popped up on my timeline. So don't come for me because I might not have everything in the story like I normally do. His name is Ethan Vanderpool. He was 17 at the time in November 2018, and this is out of Tennessee. He was initially charged, I must say, as a juvenile for the shooting death of, I don't know what they call friends these days, but acquaintance, Sean Taylor, 16 at the time. They had some type of communication with each other. And everyone was going to get together at Vanderpool's home to sniff glue. That's what they were going to all do. And Vanderpool had two girls come over to help engage in the sniffing of the glue. Now, during the court trial, Vanderpool would say that, I guess the reason why he strapped up, I'm using my own words now, the reason why he strapped up is because his acquaintance that he invited over was sending text messages that I guess made him feel uneasy. So it's like, why would you have him come over, right? But, they don't think like that. So Taylor comes over to sniff the glue. During the time, Vanderpool, I guess he shows everyone the gun. The gun accidentally drops. One of the girls there goes to pick the gun up. Meanwhile, Vanderpool is upset because he sees the way Tyler is looking at one of the girls there. He yanked him up by his shirt, and ultimately he ends up shooting him and killing him. That's what happened. Plain and simple what happened. He was going to be charged as a juvenile, but I guess it went up and they charged him as an adult. During this time, he was sentenced to, I think, 25 years, I want to say. He was sentenced to some time there. And I guess the reason why this story came up on the timeline is because Saturday that just left us, he died in state custody. He died in state custody. He was 20 years old. They said they notified, of course, Vanderpool's family and then, of course, Tyler's family that he passed away. They're not saying how he passed away. 20 years old. But they're not saying how he passed away. I'm pretty sure the ones closest to Vanderpool knows how he passed away. A terrible, tragic story. Terrible. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable around certain people, you don't have to be around them. You don't have to let people that you are uncomfortable with inside your home. The sniffing of the glue, I'm not going to even touch that. When I say I am so detached from this generation. Now, I do know back in my day, I've heard of people sniffing glue. I did. But I'm so detached from everything that they do. I just don't understand anything they're doing now. I try to. I don't. And in a sense, you're supposed to be slightly detached. Even in my generation, the ones before us, they were detached with the way our hair was and the way we dressed and the way we danced. Kind of like this generation. I don't understand, half of what they do. But what we wasn't detached from, a great many of us at least, was our emotions and our feelings. We had emotions and we had feelings. It doesn't seem to me like this generation has that too much. I can't blame the whole entire generation, but I guess the ones that we repeatedly see in the media. So we have two young guys, Sean and I believe his name was Ethan, Jay Sean and Ethan. And none of them got to even really see their early 20s. Well, Jay Sean especially, he was murdered when he was 16, but all this was pointless. It really didn't have to happen. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more about this story, but I'm just, I just looked at it real quick on my timeline, and I just wanted to share it with you. Very tragic, and my condolences to the families of both these young men.